I'm pretty sure you've heard of these terms, if not in newspapers, then at least in memes. I'm talking about baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. This whole thing, this whole classification is a part of what is known as generational research. And today we are going to talk about what exactly are these generations, how exactly are they defined, why do they even exist, and how they apply to India, if at all. So that is going to be today's video. Let's start. Let's start with quickly talking about exactly what these generations are and how they are defined. The first thing that you should know is that all of these generations are heavily US centric. They are defined mostly in the US and hence most relevant to the US, but have now been sort of exported into the rest of the world, and so the rest of the world also uses it. The first generation that we are going to talk about is baby boomers. Baby boomers are the people who were born between the year 1945 and 1964. The reason that they are called baby boomers is that there was a huge baby boom. That means a lot of babies were born starting from the year 1945 and 1946. The reason is that this is just after World War II. A lot of Americans returned back to their homes, and there was a huge economic prosperity between 1945 and 1964 in the US, and that resulted into a lot of births in the US, and there was a baby boom of sorts, and that is why this whole generation is known as baby boomers. The generation that followed baby boomers was originally known as baby bust, because there was a bust against a boom in this generation of babies. So the birth rate actually started declining very drastically. There were several reasons for it. The two main important ones are that the financial prosperity that the US saw in the preceding generation was not existent in this generation. In fact, US entered a very bad recession in the year 1971. The second reason is that a lot of contraceptives were introduced in the US market in the year 1964, and so the birth rate started going down, and that is why this generation is known as Gen X. X is because it's a cross, and cross is sort of, the end of baby boom, and that is why this generation is known as Gen X. Gen X is a generation that saw a huge rise of the television in the United States. Gen X is the generation that was born between 1964 and 1979. The generation that came after Gen X is known as Gen Y, because why not? Gen X and Gen Y. And more popularly, they are known as millennials. These are the people who were born between 1980 and 1995. The reason that they're called millennials is that by the time they came of age, that means they started earning, started voting, started influencing social and cultural atmosphere around them. These people were in the next millennium. We came from 1000s to 2000s, and that is why this generation is known as millennials. Now, millennials is a very interesting generation because it is a generation that grew up with the rise of computers, with the rise of personal computing, and the rise of the internet. So that's millennials for you. The next generation and the youngest generation at this point is Gen Z. These are the people who were born between 1995 and 2010. This is a generation that had all the major mediums present when they were born. So there was TV, there was the computer, and there was the internet. This generation is the generation that was born literally into the age of the internet, and you can call them digital natives. A lot of people do. So that is Generation Z or Gen Z for you. Now, there is one more generation that has already sort of been named, but before I talk about that, let me talk about why do these classifications even exist? What is the point of these beyond making memes? The reason that they exist is for generational research, literally. So a lot of research institutes like to track how a generation's beliefs and values were sort of modified or changed over time. So you can, for example, map what a millennial was thinking when he or she was 25 versus what a Gen Z is thinking when he or she is 25. So that is the whole purpose of this. Through this, you can track the changes in economic views, changes in political views, changes in technological views, changes in societal views, etc., etc. So that is the whole point of this entire classification. Now, one very important thing that you should know, the events that typically happen when a generation is in their teenage are the events that define that generation's views, and hence define the entire direction the whole country or even the whole world can take. That is why it doesn't matter if millennials were born between 1979 and 1995. It matters that when they were growing up, television, TV, and the internet all were becoming prominent. The most important events that define the views of a certain generations are either political, societal, economic or technological. So it is always interesting to see how social media, for example, has changed Gen Z, or how the internet changed the millennials, how the TV and the computers changed Gen Z and baby boomers. But when you start thinking like that, what happens is that it is no longer relevant for a country like India, because this whole system is based out of the things that were happening in the US, the events that were happening in the US. Now, thanks to a more globalized world, we have a lot of similar things happening in India as well. So there is a lot of resemblance between Gen Z and millennials, but the generations before that are completely different. And so I think based on these 4 factors, social, political, economic and technological, we should have our own definition of what each of these generations mean here in India. Otherwise, this whole classification is just useless, other than making really nice memes, I think. I wanted to talk about what each of these generations could be here in India depending on the events that have taken place. These events could be the independence, the Green Revolution, coming of power of Indira Gandhi, the emergency, coming of power of a non-Congress government for the first time, Rajiv Gandhi, assassination of Indira Gandhi, 1991, the 2000s IT boom, the 2008 financial crisis and the 26/11 attack, coming of Narendra Modi, coming of the internet into the mainstream with Jio in 2016, and finally the coronavirus pandemic. So these are the events that will define India's generations, and I wanted to talk about what these generations could be, but I think then that video would have been really complicated. So we'll talk about it in another video. Now, I promised you I'll tell you about the next generation after Gen Z. That generation right now is called Generation Alpha. So X, Y, Z and then A. So A in Greek is Alpha, and hence Generation Alpha. That is the generation that was born, that is being born at this point, sort of from 2010 to 2025, so 15 years period. We don't know what name this generation might end up taking. At this point, it's called Generation Alpha. It does not have a lot of impact in the world today, as you can imagine. They're very young little kids. We'll see what happens. Coronavirus pandemic will be a big influence in what shape their lives take. But that is to see. So that was it. That is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I will talk about the generations that could be here in India and what their definitions could be here in India. That will be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.